In the bustling, vibrant heart of Nigeria, a new kind of champion for the land emerged. His name is SustainableG, but his real gift is his big idea. He saw a problem that many people talked about, but few knew how to solve. Young Nigerians were leaving the villages. They were heading to the big cities, looking for jobs that seemed more modern and exciting. The farms, the very source of the nation's food and wealth, were being left behind. SustainableG looked at the rich, fertile soil and felt a deep sense of sadness. He knew that agriculture was not just a job for the old, it could be the future for the young. It held the key to creating jobs, fighting hunger, and building a stronger Nigeria for everyone. SustainableG was not your typical farmer. He was a creative, a visionary with a powerful message. He believed that the story of agriculture needed a complete rewrite. For too long, farming was seen as difficult, old-fashioned, and unrewarding work. It was something you did if you had no other choice. But he saw it differently. He saw the potential for innovation, technology, and style. He imagined a world where young people proudly called themselves farmers. They would use drones to monitor crops, social media to sell their products, and modern techniques to increase their harvests. His passion was not just about planting seeds in the ground. It was about planting a new idea in the minds of the youth. He dreamed of a movement, a cultural shift that would make agriculture cool again. This was more than just a business plan. It was a mission to change perceptions and inspire a generation. He wanted to show everyone that a farm could be as exciting as a tech startup in Lagos or an office in Abuja. He envisioned young entrepreneurs developing new food products, creating beautiful packaging, and exporting Nigerian goods to the world. SustainableG's vision was holistic. It connected the dots between food security, youth unemployment, and national pride. He was determined to use his creative talents to bring this bright and hopeful vision to life for all to see. This powerful idea became his life's work. He spent countless hours researching, networking, and developing his concepts. He spoke to old farmers in the villages to learn from their wisdom and to young people in the cities to understand their dreams and fears. He knew that to succeed, he had to build a bridge between the past and the future. He had to honor the traditions of farming while embracing the possibilities of the modern world. SustainableG was ready to start a revolution. It would not be a revolution fought with weapons, but one fought with ideas, music, and a strong belief in the potential of Nigeria's land and its people. He was just one man, but his voice was about to get much, much louder. SustainableG knew that to reach the youth, he had to speak their language. He had to go where they were. So he turned to the powerful tools of social media and music. He launched a campaign that was bold, catchy, and impossible to ignore. He called it Sexy Agribusiness. The name itself was designed to make people stop and think. It challenged the old, dusty image of farming. He created viral videos on TikTok and Instagram. In these clips, he wasn't wearing old work clothes. He was stylish, dancing in the middle of a cornfield, using clever captions to explain modern farming techniques. He wanted to show that you could be smart, fashionable, and a successful farmer all at the same time. His music was another key part of his strategy. He was a talented artist, and he used his gift to spread his message. He produced Afrobeats tracks with lyrics about the power of the soil. The songs were not preachy or boring. They had infectious rhythms and memorable hooks that made you want to dance. The lyrics told stories of young Nigerians finding success and purpose in agribusiness. He sang about growing green gold and harvesting blessings. His music videos were vibrant and full of life, featuring young, happy people working on beautiful modern farms. His songs started getting played on the radio and in clubs, bringing the message of agribusiness to an audience that might never have listened otherwise. The Sexy Agribusiness campaign quickly gained momentum online. Young people across Nigeria started using his hashtags. They shared his videos and his music. A community began to form around his ideas. University students studying agriculture felt a new sense of pride. Young entrepreneurs started small farming projects in their backyards, inspired by his example. SustainableG was no longer just one person with an idea. He was the leader of a growing movement. He hosted live sessions on social media, answering questions and giving advice. He made farming feel accessible, exciting, and most importantly, profitable for a new generation. The impact was real and visible. He was not just talking. He was showing people how it could be done. He shared success stories of young farmers who had started with very little but were now building successful businesses. He highlighted innovations in hydroponics, organic farming, and value-added processing. His campaign was a masterclass in modern communication. It showed that with the right branding and a genuine passion, you could change deep-seated cultural attitudes. SustainableG had successfully planted the seeds of change, and they were beginning to sprout all over the country, creating a new, hopeful narrative for Nigerian agriculture. As his movement grew, SustainableG hoped the government would notice his work. He believed that a partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture could take his ideas to a national scale. He dreamed of working with them to create official programs that would support young farmers. So, imagine his shock one morning when he saw the news. The government had just launched a major new agribusiness initiative. As he read the details, a feeling of disbelief washed over him. The language, the slogans, and the core concepts were all too familiar. They were using phrases like making agribusiness attractive and youth-led agricultural revolution. These were the very words he had championed. The government's new campaign felt like a direct copy of his Sexy Agribusiness movement. They used similar imagery in their promotional materials, showing stylish young people on farms. They talked about using social media and technology to engage the youth. It was everything SustainableG had been working on for years. But there was one crucial thing missing from their announcement: his name. There was no credit, no mention of him or his campaign. It was as if his work had been taken from him in the middle of the night. He felt a deep sense of betrayal. The very people he had hoped to partner with had seemingly stolen his intellectual property without a second thought. His disappointment quickly turned into a resolve to seek justice. This was not just about his personal pride, it was about a principle. Innovators and creators deserve to be recognized for their contributions. He had poured his heart, soul, and personal resources into building his movement from the ground up. To see it co-opted by the government without any acknowledgement was a painful blow. He knew he had to speak up. He owed it to himself and to every other creative person in Nigeria who might face a similar situation. He felt that if the government could do this to him, they could do it to anyone. SustainableG started to document the evidence. He compiled a timeline of his work, showing when he first started using specific terms and concepts. He gathered screenshots of his social media posts, links to his music videos, and testimonials from his followers. He wanted to build an undeniable case. His joy and passion were replaced by a grim determination. He was no longer just a creative evangelist for agriculture. He was now a fighter for intellectual property rights. His journey had taken an unexpected and difficult turn, and he was now facing a battle against the most powerful institution in the country. Determined to be heard, SustainableG tried every official channel he could think of. He wrote formal letters to the Ministry of Agriculture. He sent detailed emails outlining his work and pointing out the striking similarities in their new campaign. He tried to schedule meetings, hoping to have a calm, reasonable discussion with government leaders. But his efforts were met with a wall of silence. His letters went unanswered. His emails were ignored. The doors that he hoped would open remained firmly shut. It was frustrating and demoralizing. He was an ordinary citizen trying to speak to his government, but it felt like nobody was listening. He was being treated like he did not exist. Frustrated by the lack of response, SustainableG decided to take a different approach. He used his platform to create something he called the Balanced Scorecard. It was a detailed report that he released to the public through his social media channels. In this report, he did more than just claim plagiarism. He offered a constructive critique of the government's approach. He analyzed their new initiative and compared it to his original vision. He pointed out where they had missed the mark and how President Bola Ahmed Tinubu could have been more visionary. He argued that simply copying slogans was not enough. True success required a genuine connection with the youth, something his movement had built organically. The Balanced Scorecard was a bold and risky move, but it resonated with the public. It showed that he was not just complaining, he was offering solutions. He was demonstrating his expertise and his deep commitment to Nigeria's progress. The report sparked a conversation online about the importance of giving credit where it is due. Many people rallied behind him, sharing his report and demanding that the government acknowledge his contribution. The scorecard was his way of holding power to account, using his intellect and creativity as his only weapons. He was turning his personal disappointment into a public lesson on leadership and vision. In the end, SustainableG's story is a powerful reminder for Nigeria. The nation is full of brilliant, innovative, and creative people. These individuals are its greatest resource. To build a better future, the country must learn to listen to these voices. It must create an environment where creators are celebrated and protected, not ignored or plagiarized. Giving credit is not just a matter of courtesy, it is essential for fostering a culture of innovation. When people know their ideas will be valued, they are more likely to share them. By supporting its creative minds, Nigeria can unlock its full potential and build the prosperous, sustainable future that people like SustainableG are already working so hard to create.